Let's talk about something we don't like, taxes. February was budget month. Tell me more about it.
Well, the Minister of Finance is responsible for the state's finances. He holds the checkbook, and in February he will give us a plan on what he plans to do for the next financial year. He will tell us how much tax he's going to take out of your pocket and, of course, out of the pockets of other people as well. He will also tell us how much money he's going to spend on all sorts of things, like education and health services and defence, for example. He will also tell us that he usually spends more than what he gets in. And that means he will need to go and borrow the difference. And the difference, if he keeps on borrowing that, will increase the debt levels of the state. And that's your debt and it's my debt. It's the responsibility of all citizens in South Africa to know what's going on in the budget, because the budget goes to the heart of the democracy.
As a sportsman and as a rugby player, I don't have any deductions before tax. A lot of people complain about unfair taxes. What is a good tax system?
Well, everybody will always complain about taxes because nobody wants to pay taxes and everybody wants the state to spend more money, but I don't want to pay more. There are three major taxes, always. Personal income tax, and that's the most important tax, and that's where you contribute your nice marginal tax rate to personal income taxes. The other important taxes are things like value-added tax, corporate taxes, and a lot of other taxes as well. What is a fair tax? Well, it depends on who you are. Obviously, the wealthier people should pay more. That's one of the requirements of a good tax system. It's called a progressive tax system. But remember, all these taxes are spent somewhere, and most of this money goes to the poor. For example, expenditure on health services, on education is money primarily spent on the poor. What is a fair tax system? What's a good tax system? A good tax system is a tax system that affects your decisions as little as possible. Unfortunately, all taxes will always affect you, but that tax that affects you as little as possible, that is a good tax.
What does the state spend my taxes on? And are they accountable?
Well, there are many checks and balances in our system. Like, for example, the Auditor General will give us a report every year and tell us how well your money has been spent or not. Quite often we get qualified audit reports. But the most important expenditure item for the Minister of Finance is education, followed by other very important social expenditure items like, for example, the social grants. Today, there are more than 16 million people in South Africa receiving social grants. And then, of course, there are many other expenditure items like, for example, interest on state debt, housing, health services, defence, the police, the judiciary. It's a very, very long list of things that are funded by your tax money.
So the state is a very important role player.
The state is by far the biggest role player in the South African economy, and there's a lot more to be said about the state. And next week, we continue with this.